Hello, it's Dana. I am back. Excuse my fingernails. I have had the craziest few days, and I sat waiting, um, and waiting and waiting and waiting, and so I picked off gel polish, which I didn't even know was possible. But I'm not going to get into that. That's what that is. But I had went by the thrift store last week, and I never got to do a haul because over the weekend, I guess it was Saturday, I must have went by there. And then like this, we had this crazy Sunday and it continued into Monday. So here's what I found. I found some fun items. I actually go to a Salvation Army, which is right near here. And I found a bingo set and it came with these. I think these are cool. It came with this little number sorter or whatever you call it that throws out a number, but it has these little plastic tabs. And I thought, because I had done that Jessica Rapp video, I thought these would be really fun to make a charm with. So I picked up the bingo set for these little plastic pieces, but inside came these cards, and there was a ton of them, and they're still pretty much unused because they're all not torn apart yet. They come like a little book, and see, they're all kind of stuck together still. And then I found this, and this is one of the official pads because it's one of the numbered ones that they use like at our local bingo center. But these are very, very thin. These are the kind you can use with the dauber. But apparently they lost some pages or something. I don't know. I don't know how it ended up in the thrift store, but I was happy. And then I found this. I think they were trying to maybe imitate Toy Story with the logo on there, but these are not Toy Story cards that I know of, but they're jumbo playing cards, and I thought these would really be really cute to make pockets out of or just whatever. And I got those for 50 cents for the pack, so I thought that was fun. But I still was in search of pieces to make charms for dominoes for my my game theme charm. And I was mainly, the reason I went there was looking for dominoes. So I did find two types of dominoes. I found one in a Ziploc bag that I had thrown in here, and these are just the little wooden dominoes that'll be easy to drill a hole into. I think they sell these at the dollar store maybe. Also, interestingly enough, I found packs of bicycle poker chips. So I was kind of excited about that because they have the little bicycle logo on them, but they are not the real poker chips, which I had trouble, of course, with the real ones because they have the metal insert in them. So I wasn't able to completely drill through. Here was the one that was actually attached on the outside. And when I went to drill, I don't know if you can see that. Here, I'll bring the light over. Sorry about that glare. Gee. And I don't know if you can see inside there, there's like a little metal piece. So I drilled as far as I could, and that's, I would have to switch the bit and it would be a pain, and I'd probably have to drill it from both sides. So I found these, and I thought I could still add these as charms. They come in a few colors, the red, the blue, the white, and they're the bicycle brand, but they're not going to be near as hard to drill into. So I got some for me and some to share. So I'm sure somebody else would be looking for them. I also found bags of Scrabble tiles some time ago. This was for another project. I had bought several on, I think it was Etsy or Ally or eBay. I'm sorry, I don't know because this has been a while back. But I found those. I stuck those in with the game piece 10. Oops. Oh, that was loud. I'm sorry. But also, I found a couple things at the thrift store and at Hobby Lobby that I wanted to share. And Hobby Lobby has a policy that I was not made aware of up until Monday when we were having a little bit of a crisis, and I won't even go into that right now. But I had drove by Hobby Lobby several times, had my receipt with me. A couple of the items I had bought had went on sale, and they did refund me the half of my purchase price, which is amazing. And I love Hobby Lobby even more because of that. Okay, so I found these cards at the thrift store, and they are close up photographs. I think this is very cool. Not everyone will. These are from the Indianapolis Museum of Art, and on the back of the card, it tells what the item is. These are all furniture pieces made of metal, but then they would take a close-up shot of the item. So this is a close-up shot of this chair, which is made of steel. And I just thought that some of these were so cool. And I got them pretty cheap. So this is also a chair, and it's made of aluminum. But this is a close-up shot of that. And then this one I think is really cool. This is a chase lounge, but this is a close-up shot of the metal riveted together. And then here's what the chase lounge looks like from further away. This is aluminum and fiberglass. And I thought that one was pretty neat. And there's one more. This one is poly and resin, and it is also a chase lounge, and that's close up. So I thought those were pretty neat, and they were black and white, and I thought they were pretty fun because they're from the Indianapolis Museum of Art, and I'm sure they cost a lot more there when you buy them from them. But I got them for $1.50 because it was half off, and these were originally marked $3. So on to Hobby Lobby. Oh, I have one more thing I found. This these cards were a joke. When I had my 50th birthday, I got a few items from my frenemies, no, from my friends as a joke, and because of your eyesight when you get older, they thought it would be funny to give me some giant playing cards. So here they are, my gigantic playing cards. And they're giant, all right. And so yeah, I thought these would be fun to possibly use as journal covers, and I could score them and fold them in half. And I think that would be really fun to use as a journal cover. So we'll see. I'm going to try it, see how they do. I imagine they would stitch okay because they're plastic coated. I may have to reinforce one side of the card, but I think it would be fun to try and use it as a cover. It would be really fun, I think, for an Alice in Wonderland journal too. Okay, so let me set this out of the way because I have no place to put this giant stack of cards. Okay, on to Hobby Lobby. So last week when I was doing the charms, I went by Hobby Lobby and I bought some items, and I knew that this was probably not the best. I got a couple of oddball things too. I found this on the clearance aisle, and I just thought this was adorable. It's a piece of paper with some vellum and some lace and some tickets and some things layered up on it. But this is stitched, and this is like it looks like frayed muslin, and then it looks like frayed paper on top of it. And I thought, wow, that is really, it's got music paper that's, yellowed, and it's got a few tickets. These are printed on, these are not, but I thought, wow, that's really cute for a paper. I've never seen that one. And for 72 cents, I thought, well, let me pick that up. And then I picked up a pack of this clearance paper that, when they clear that out. But I also found a few things here. I'll turn this over to this side. I found a few things to work with in my journal, my charms. So I just got some more of the antique gold, or I think some of these say antique brass. But I got a few of the findings and a couple of the chains and some bead caps. I thought these would be fun to make tassels with, and these come in 2 of each color. So there's 2 copper, 2 silver, 2 antique gold in that. And then I got some really big jump rings. So I got 2 of these really big jump rings because what I found out was items like the Scrabble pieces, they do not hold on very well to the smaller jump rings. So I got a few of the medium and a few of the large, and then I got 2 of the extra large. And this chain's pretty heavy duty, and I got 2 different kinds. So I thought this is kind of fun. It's kind of like a, I don't know, it's a little bit thicker round ring, and then this is the kind of a traditional oval chain link. So I thought that was fun. This was before tragedy struck. Also, while at Hobby Lobby, I had picked up some paper pads, and I will flip through those with you shortly. I do want to see what is inside of this one. So we're going to just slice this plastic open. Let's see what we get here. I'm going to cut my paper pad. Or not paper pad, cut my paper. So let's see, what do you get for $3 now at Hobby Lobby? Well, I got a lot of browns. It looks like a lot of craft paper in the back portion. Oh, that's really, really thick cardstock. Really thick, almost as like a cardboard. And that's a fairly heavyweight cardstock in the dark brown. And then we've got the eyelashes and some of these leaves and this green chevron. Oh, and there's some cheetah print and some of this chevron and more of this. Well, I was hoping for more black and white pages, but I think that's cute and it'll go good in the Jack Journal for Haley. So that's kind of why I picked that up, because I really like that paper. And there's a bunch of it here. Okay, so let me set this over here and we'll look at these paper pads. Now, I did not know that Hobby Lobby would do this. Hobby Lobby, apparently, if you buy a paper pad that goes on sale, any item, if you buy any item that goes on sale within the next 14 days, they will give you the price difference. Well, I did not know this. And I think I had heard it one other time, but look, this has been torn open already. Okay, well, great. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that for now. But this is called plaid tidings, and I joked recently saying my favorite color is plaid, but it really, I like all the Christmas plaids, and so I picked this up, and it's got this nice, it looks like a kind of a woolen knit, and this is just papery. And this looks more like a, again, and the knit, you can see. So it's really cute. That looks like flannel. That looks like the knit again. That looks like flannel. More flannel. Flannel. Lots of flannel. More flannel. More knit. So there's lots on here. And knit. So there's lots of plaids to choose from. And I really like that. I really like the Christmas plaids. I'm not going to lie. I'm such a weirdo when it comes to that. But I had picked this up. And originally I had used a coupon on this. I got 3 items that trip. And so I had used a coupon. Actually, it wasn't on that. It was on this. And I know I showed the Craft 1 pad originally for when I was getting things together for the Jack Journal and picking papers. And so what I found when I actually went for a different craft pad, and I'll show you the third one I picked up. I cannot believe I'm buying paper from Hobby Lobby when I've done so good for so long not purchasing any paper pads. But I love this printed craft. It is one of my faves, really. It is lovely. So I'm going to flip through this real quick and show you. And of course, this has some plaid and some more plaid. Some of this, some of that. There's a brick wall, and it's a smaller brick. I love this. I think that's gorgeous. You've got some wood, some big polka dots, some smaller polka dots, botanical, roses, some stripes, some hearts, little squiggly. These are drawn hearts, so they're like pinned in. I don't know if you can see that they're like scribble hearts. Excuse me. That's cool. Some little X's, some graph paper, some more cabbage roses, smaller stripes, some little busy dots, some more fern leaves, and that's it. Okay. So I really do like this craft paper. This one is the one I actually used the coupon on. These went on sale Monday, and when I found out that they went on sale, I went in with all three of these pads and asked if I could return them because hi Mary, happy Wednesday. To be perfectly honest, that's a lot of money for these to go on sale 50% after I had paid full price for two of them. I had used a coupon on one. So I was pleasantly surprised. I did not know this. If you didn't know this, you have to take advantage of this. And I'll tell you, I went in asking about possibly returning all three and repurchasing. And she said, if you have your receipt with you within 14 days of buying an item, if it goes on sale, we will give you the price difference. But it has to be within the 14 days. And I said, oh, yeah, I just bought this. This was days ago. I didn't realize it was going to go on sale for 50% off. And right after I bought it, I had debated, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to take this back. I spent too much money. I'm not happy. And I put it in my car. And you know what? That was just, I didn't even do a haul on it or anything because I thought I'm not going to show it. I'm taking it back. Okay, so this is called Haberdashery. Again, this is printed on craft paper. It's very, very thick. I love this pad. Wait until you see this pad. Let me scooch this. Here, let me move these items. I got this bingo thingy in the way. But let me get this up in screen. I always go the wrong way. My screen, when I move to the left, it's to the right. I did get, yes, they did refund me. And I'm thrilled because they gave me the sale price difference because it was only a few days prior. And I didn't know about that policy until she told me. I thought I had heard something like that before, but I'm thrilled. And so I'm an even bigger Hobby Lobby fan now than I was before this happened. So this has a little glitter on it. It is not the kind of glitter that's going to rub off. Look at that. No glitter. No glitter. So I love that. I think that's really pretty. And it's got the roses printed over the newsprint. I think that's so pretty. This is got the lace kind of printed over. I love the fact that there's some muted colors and it looks very antique-y. I love this. This has got like the little doilies popping out here and there. And I love the roses. And then in the background, there's more roses and some script. And I love this page. This will probably be the one I hoard I love this. This is kind of cool because I don't know if that's going to show up on camera, but this is actually embossed, and where the black ink is, it's kind of pressed into the craft paper so you can feel it. And I love the extra texture, or maybe it stands up. Maybe I should say it stands up. Yeah. Well, it actually, where the black ink is, it's pressed in and it stands up between the inking. So I love that. There's some embossing on these butterflies and this rose. Let me see if I can get this over in the corner of this. Let me move this up. I don't want to spill my coffee. On this rose and these butterflies in this corner. I don't know if that's going to show up on the camera or not, but it's just got a little bit of clear embossing, which I think is really pretty. And I love this pattern. Right? Yeah, it's got to be more coffee stained if I spill my coffee, Mary. And then this chair, again, it's got that glittery stuff on it. I thought this would be really fun. This piece up here in the corner with the forks and the spoons, I thought this would be really fun for my cookbook. And I didn't even see that in the store originally because it was taped closed. So I had a hard time seeing the exact page, the entire pages, because they don't want you to open them, and I don't open them normally. This I think is really pretty. This, again, it's got the glittery pages, not the kind of glitter that comes off the paper. Some of the rose petals are music paper, so I love that there's texture on texture on texture. Let me hold that up close to the camera too, because I just don't think it does. And I'm not a glitter person. Normally, I'm not a big glitter person, but these little bits of glitter, I think it'd be fun. Can you see the music print? I think these would be fun to make tags with, or backgrounds or something. But I love the reverse, the print on the black background. I love this. This has got, again, a clear embossed dress form over in the side. And I just love that. But not only is it a dress form, but it's got these little cabbage roses all through it. And then it's got these little black embossed flowers and the ink and the music over here. So let me see if I can hold it. Can you see where there's a little shine to it? Because craft paper is so very flat. But let me get over here and see if I can get this. And see the roses in the dress form? I think that is so pretty. And then there's a couple big roses and some leaves at the bottom, some botanicals. So I think that is so pretty. And then the words have that, they kind of, you can feel them. They have that texture. So I think that's so cool. I love that page. And this is fun. I don't know what I would use it for, but it's got a lot of little furniture on it. And I thought about, is it Carmen that makes all the miniature? I have to ask Maria. I'm pretty sure it's Carmen that makes all the little miniature shadow boxes and stuff. And then this, I love this when they've got the multiple textures. And then there's a postcard and some butterflies and this little hand with a pen and a lot going on. I think that would make a fun picture page. And this is just neat. Like this one I didn't even see at the store. It's got a lot of little vintagey images that could be cut apart. And I'm thinking about fussy cutting these women, her with her fancy hat. And there's one up here at the top in some muted colors. And over here, there's a lady to the side. Let me see. I'm always going the wrong way. There we go. There's a lady to the side. And then some of these little bits and pieces are embossed. So like the writing here is embossed with the clear embossing and the butterfly wings. And so it is kind of cool. I think that this would be cool to do. You could do some really fun stuff with it. I don't know why. It's got these little pieces over here that kind of remind me of like chess pieces. I don't know. It is different. It's certainly different. And then I love this. It's got all these different edges. So it's got some torn edge paper or material or whatever laid upon another and another that's been cut with pinking shears, this newspaper, but it's like an antique advertisement, however you say that, potato. And then more paper torn, more paper torn. And it's just layers upon layers. And I thought that was really fun. I really like that, especially since it's the black and white craft, or the black and craft. And this is pretty. I love the birds. I like the fact that it has this delicate little edge on it. So I think that would be fun to fold over, maybe cut the top off and use it as a journal page. And then this is neat. This one has the script on it, but over on the side here, it has this neat little, it's almost like an applique on paper. It's got like a bird on a flower on a poppy, and it's again with the muted colors, but it's just kind of vintagey looking. And the poppy is type print, like with book page. And so I think that's neat, especially for people that don't maybe like me, that don't have the room, or I like it too. I'm telling you, I love this paper pad. I especially love this print. I love how vintagey this is, and I love the subtle colors, but I love this. And this is the first one in the entire pad. And in the background, it's got this corset these antique corset ads, and these ladies. And then over the top of it, again, it's got the like paper applique, but you can even see like, see the little hat box has the little chins print. And then this one has the stripes, and this one has little cherries on it. And so each section has, they've photoshopped, I guess, when you make the paper, different backgrounds into each section of this. And I think that is so cool. And then it's outlined in a very shiny black material. So the rest of it is matte, actually. All of it's matte. But everything is outlined where a different pattern or color starts. So I think that is just cool. And I think that would be really fun as the signature cover, maybe in a sewing journal. I think this is just really fun. So again, that I couldn't pass that up. I'm glad I bought it. I paid full price, and I'm really loving the fact that I went by Hobby Lobby and they gave me the price difference. So I actually went in and got $10 back for this pad, $10 back for this pad, and $6.50 back for this plaids. So I love the craft paper. You know me, it's thicker, it warps easily, and it soaks up way too much water, but you can hit it with some black or white gesso. It's really fun. You can hit it with clear gesso. I say hit it, you can paint on the, but I just love it. Excuse me, I have such a sore throat. Like, I don't know what's going on. I've had the craziest weekend, and I think I have worn myself sick, just made myself sick with worry, and everything's fine. I shouldn't have been worrying, but I did. I worried. So, okay, so there's that. So that's it. That's my whole haul, actually. You like the whole part, Mary? I do too. How's your mom feeling? Is she feeling better these days? Is her stomach better? Well, I know last time I saw you, she wasn't feeling great. You know, I didn't realize it on Monday. I was so upset on Monday because of just all of our we had like this little I don't know, when it rains it pours, and I drank like 3 pots of coffee throughout the day. One very early on, then one later. I made another pot thinking I really need to stay up and take care of things and do this and do that. And then one Monday night, and I actually made myself sick. And you know, I called in. I ruined my perfect attendance Monday too. Um, and so Thad later, he even gave me a hug. He was like, I can't believe he called in sick. He blames himself. He thinks it's his fault, but it's really not. It wasn't. It was beyond his control. But he gave me a hug, and he was like, well, thank you for um, calling in sick. I know you wouldn't call in sick for anybody. And I was like, yeah, well, I made myself sick with the coffee because I didn't eat. I just drink coffee, coffee, coffee. Aw, 90. Wow. My mother is in her 80s and she's not doing fantastic. I know. Well, and so Monday, I clearly just didn't think about it. You know how coffee makes you feel full, and I just didn't think about it. And I kept drinking coffee and just made myself have terrible heartburn. I was so sick. Hi, Maria. Hi, Maria. I was just showing a paper pad I got. I love this paper pad. And you know what? Hobby Lobby refunded me like almost $30 because this stuff went on sale this week. And the strange thing was, I still had it in my car because disaster struck here and it was just terrible. And you know what? I tell you what, during the highlight of my horrible, horrible day, I got the most wonderful text from Carrie saying, my grandson's coming into the world. You know, my daughter's been here since whatever time. And I think she said 3:30 in the morning. And I thought that was so nice, like, because my day was so horrible on Monday. I was stressing out so bad. And I said, well, there it is. There it is. There's the ray of sunshine in what otherwise is a day that I could just go back to bed and pull the covers over my head. Oh, Lord, Mary. So you're getting your workout. Well, congratulations to Carrie. Welcome to the Grandma Club. I know she's in her world, boy. Like it's so fun. It is so fun. And so Monday I picked gel polish off. I've probably ruined my fingernails. They're like paper thin now. And I need to probably just cut them all off and start over. Yes, I am too. And I'm really glad that my universe has regrouped over here because although I won't get into it because it's such a huge story, it would take me 2 hours to make a video. But you know, when it rains, it pours. And I said that earlier, but when one thing goes wrong, 10 more can go wrong. And I tell you what, Monday will be a day that we will talk about forever, probably. Oh, you are? Oh, a great grandson. Well, I don't have any greats, and it'll be a while, I'm sure, because my granddaughter is going to be 7 in January. So she's 6. So, yep, it's going to be at least a decade or two before I see a great. But excuse me, my throat is so sore. I think I'm going to stop drinking this coffee. I went and got me some ice water. Did I end up showing you guys the finished charm that I made? 40, your baby will be 40 on Monday. Wow. No, I didn't show you. I'm going to grab it. I set it over. It's in here by the coffee pot. And I don't know if I showed you this, Maria. I found that. I think that was adorable. I found that in the clearance section when I went to pick up some rings. I'm going to grab this charm that I ended up putting together last week. I put a picture of it on Instagram, but okay. Well, so what I found out was these jump rings are not really good for this, but I did decide to see how these did on this chain. This chain was not substantial enough, and the Scrabble piece did fall off. The jump ring was just too small for the Scrabble piece, and it's too small for the checkers to fit around this big lip. So I ended up going ahead and just putting these on bulb pin. I put this on a bulb pin. Now, this big jump ring was better, but I needed something even bigger. So had a hard time with the checkers. These little pieces, I don't like the way they hang with the little jump rings. So that's why I had originally went back to Hobby Lobby. Now the dice were okay. The dice weren't bad because these sheep size are fairly small. So I could use, and I ended up putting those on split rings just for safety because I didn't want them to fall off the chain, but I really like the sound it makes. And I did end up taking these bingo pieces. I don't like how they turned out. So I ended up doing this. What I do with them? Here they are. I ended up trying to put glossy accents on them. And oh no, you got a pinched nerve. When did that happen, Maria? Oh goodness, that's terrible. Oh my gosh. Do you have a doctor's appointment? To go see the doctor, or maybe some anti-inflammatories, or what do they call it? Muscle relaxers like Flexeril or something. Did they give you something for you remember? Yeah, and I went ahead and put glossy accents on them to make them look a little bit more finished. But I don't love how they turned out. I don't hate them, but I like them better. So I think what I'm going to do is do the glossy Mod Podge probably to make them look a little bit more. I didn't put anything on the back. I just left the back plain. Aquatic therapy. Okay, okay. So that's why you started that. Well, my goodness, Maria. I had no idea. You didn't tell me that. Well, and so I have a couple more items. I don't know if I showed. Oh, I had picked up a couple books at the thrift store too. Look, I did my thrift store haul and then I forgot the books. Oh, but set this over here. The one thing I did not need more of is paper. But I want to show you one of the books I found too. I got this for $1, and this is Notre Dame and His Prophecies. This is actually a beautiful binding on this book, and it's really, really been fairly well taken care of because it doesn't crack or anything. The pages are yellowed. This, look at the color of these pages. And it's got a picture of Nostradamus in the front. I'm going to say that right. And then the copyright here is 1982, so it's not that old. The original, of course, was written in the 1500s, in the early 1500s. But this is what I love about this is each page If you look at the actual predictions, each page over here is written in French, and then the interpretation is written in English on the right. So for each thing that Nostradamus wrote, here is the interpretation of that, of his original writing. So this is word for word his prophecy as he wrote it. This is the translation. So I think it's just really, really neat. So, I hate to tear this book up. I really do. I was looking for anything. I know, aren't they so yellow? I was looking for anything in a foreign language, and I had asked the lady there. I said, "Do you have anything in a?" She said, "Well, there's something here. I saw. I think it said it's in French." Well, when I opened it, it has both the French and the English, and so, hi, Sue. It's okay. I understand. I know you're out and about on your Tuesday morning trips. We better see a haul later now that you're a video maker. You know what, Mary? I'm really torn. Um, I am really torn about uh, tearing this book apart. I really am. It's been, like I said, it's been really well cared for. You can tell by the binding. Now, normally when a book hasn't been taken care of, it makes a lot of cracking sounds, and you can hear it splitting when you open and close when it's been in the wrong humidity. Um, but you can see how beautiful the cover is, and the fact that the dust cover is in also such. I mean, let's face it, this is from 1982, so this is almost 40 years old, and it has his name in it, Mike Murdock, um, which I kind of want to ask him, what were you thinking? Why did you get rid of this? But there are beautiful, beautiful pages. So there are several things in the book, and something that's interesting in this book too that I didn't realize is all of his prophecies are printed in here, but also they've included his last will and testament as he wrote it, and then he wrote a letter to the canons of the Cathedral of Orange while he played a clairvoyant detective trying to find their stolen property, and the letter that he wrote them to help them find who he felt stole the property and where it was located is included in this book. So it says it's his biography, his will, his personal letters. One of those letters is that property from the Cathedral of Orange. So I kind of want to read his prediction. His yeah, I know, Mary. I was like, gosh, what am I doing, Dana? What, you can't do it. So I think that I'm gonna end up this is gonna end up on my bookshelf because I can't stop every time I open it to decide how I'm gonna break it apart. I can't stop reading it. So Yeah, I'm sure that I will start reading. Thank you, Mary. It's a wonderful find, and I don't know, I got so excited with this book. I'm pretty sure I bought a whole bag of books, most of which were small paperback books, that they are 50 cents normally, but they had a book sale. They had some for 25 cents and whatever, but I ended up carrying this book in. I think I was going to make another trip out to the car, and I'm pretty sure I still have a bag of books in my trunk that I can tear apart, or that are just like cookbooks or whatever, just, cheapy books to use for book pages and stuff. But I got so excited I carried this in, and then I don't think I don't think I did ever actually bring the books in because my day went south. But I am curious to see about some of these. Let me put this back. I'm curious to see about if I can poke a hole in some of these poker chips with my crocodile, because I don't always want to get my drill out for every occasion. So, you guys like my tin? Isn't this the prettiest little kid? I got that tin at the thrift store too some time ago. But I think the poker chips will be really fun to use on and the dominoes. I've got what I do with it? I think the dominoes I left in the box. So, like I said, these poker chips the real poker chips are not gonna work out. And when I say real, I mean these heavy metal ones that I took from my son's poker chip thing. Because the one that was attached to the handle, that one already had a hole drilled through it. That was attached to the outside handle when he bought it, and with his own money, which I was mad about because he didn't even have money at the time. He didn't have money to spend gambling on poker, but what could I say? He thought he wanted to be cool. Like, kept watching poker on TV, and he was like, yeah, I want to play poker. And then they ended up playing a couple times, and that was it. He was like, yeah, this ain't the funnest thing I've ever done. So I wonder if these will shatter. I need to get my glasses, don't I? I'm going to put my glasses on here in case something flies out into my eyeball. But let's see what we can do. Yeah, that's not going to... Oh, yeah, okay, so that's not going to work. It just cracks it. So that's okay. I kind of figured that would happen. That's kind of what happened to the checker. So much for that. But I'm sure the drill will work fine, and I will drill little holes in them with the drill. And then let's see if this is, I'm sure, much too thick for the crocodile, the dominoes. So I think what I'll do with the dominoes is I will probably use the eyelets that I used for the dice. Let me put that back. I got too much stuff on my water. My coffee is all in the way here. I'll probably use the same eyelets that I used when I made the dice, which I think I put them in the bag with the dice. Maybe not. So the only thing I really actually went out and purchased for this project was the dice, and I got a really good deal. Like I said, I spent $11 on Amazon. And I think that was for 100 of these dice. So, and they're all different colors, and they're kind of fun. What I'm trying to find now is a boggle game. I really want a boggle game. We used to play it all the time. And maybe a rummy K with those little plastic tiles with the numbers on them. We used to play Rummy K a lot, and we'd play Boggle. And Boggle has all the letters all over the outside of the dice. I should really do something with my nails. That looks ridiculous, doesn't it? But I thought what would be fun is that's what I originally went in search of in the thrift store was the Boggle, because I know everybody I know has a game of Boggle with one of those, those big square things with the clear lid that you can shake up all those letters, and then you set it back upright and kind of wiggle it, and all the letters fall into these holes, and there's 16 of them in there. I'm pretty sure there's like 4 rows of 4. It might be 5 rows of 5, because then that would be 25 dice. But if I could find a Boggle, that would be fun, because then there would be 25 dice with just random letters on them. So I think those would look really cute on these chains too. So again, I was really excited when I watched the Jessica Rapp video. If you don't know her, check her out. She has got some of the coolest, and she mass produces these journals faster than anybody I have seen. Now, granted, a lot of them are kind of naked, but she literally can crank out. She'll be like, oh yeah, yesterday I made 25 of these for my Etsy store. And I'm like, what? Did she say 25 journals? So it's crazy. She really is. Maria, did you see these cards? Look at these cards. I think this is going to be so fun. But won't these make like adorable pockets or something? I think this is probably a company that tried to imitate Toy Story when all the Toy Story stuff was so popular, because it just says toys on it. But the back is fairly plain with the green and the blue. But I think I could gesso or sand the backs of these. And aren't these fun? These big cards. This one's wrinkled. So that one must have got wet or something. It's all crinkled and wrinkled. But I think that they would make really cute pockets or ephemera of some sort, or fussy cut. They'd be really cute in an Alice journal too. But also I had the big, did you guys see the big playing cards? Or I think you came in after that. I have to show you. When I turned 50, these were at the thrift store for 50 cents. So that was a good deal because they were 99. But when I was in there, all the yellow tags were half off. So every week they have a thing. But these I got for my 50th birthday. And yeah, from my friend, supposedly, right? So isn't she funny? So here's my playing cards. Now these are crazy big, and they are, let's see, let me get my ruler here. These are, let me move this over. 8 by 11. So, oh yeah, they're huge, Maria. They're gigantous, right? So they're ridiculous. You know what? These are for people who are just being smart Alex. No one needs cards that big. But you know what? These would be fun if you were like in an audience and you were a magician or something, and you needed somebody to pick a card, and you could say, oh, pick a card, any card, and show it to the audience, and they could pick this giant card, and everyone you would have to have giant hands. Like it's hard to hold on to these, and they are coated like regular cards are coated. So, so let's see what the Queen of Hearts looks like. Let me see where she at. Here's the Queen of Hearts. She always looks so smug, doesn't she? And then the King of Hearts is the Suicide King, right? He's always stabbing himself in the head with his sword. And he always kind of looks sad. But then The queen looks smug in all of these. They always look so sad, don't they? And then you've got what? Two jacks looking to the side and two jacks looking forward. Is that so? It is a traditional. It is the traditional photos because see, he's now you can see. It's what they call a two-eyed jack, right? Because he's kind of turned not forward all the way, but to the left. So you've got two jacks looking to the side. See, he's a one-eyed jack. And then two jacks looking at an angle, right? She has kind of a Mona Lisa smile. And then here's your other two-eyed jack. Again, kind of looks not as happy-ish. Isn't it funny how much better you can see their faces when they're blown up like that? Yeah, that's what I thought, Mary. I wonder if I score them, you know what, they could be. And really, this was the card I wanted. Because, you know, Thad is number 8 in his family. And so the fact that a heart, you know, because I love him. And so, or maybe I should do the 8 of diamonds since we're getting married. But I really feel like I love this these cards. In fact, let's just score one just for the heck of it. Let's score one and see how well this would work. I'm going to put these back in the box. I got these, okay, almost 2 years ago, right? Because I think, actually, it might be more because I think it was my 50th birthday. Surely it wasn't my 40th, but I'm going to use this little tiny scoreboard. No, I'm not, because I need I need to get my big scoreboard out for this. But let's see how well these score. Now, since this is 11.5 inches, let's try the 5.5 mark, and we use kind of a bigger ball. And I'm going to score both sides because I think that someone told me one time that if you score the front and the back of a project, that it helps it a lot when it's coated with plastic. It helps it not to tear. Oh, and you know what? It did not tear. It wants to, and you can see it splitting a little bit where it's turning white. But you know what? It did not tear. So let's go this way. You know what? If it tore, actually, if you fold it this way, depending on where the pattern's at, wouldn't that be a cute journal? Yes, like a book cover. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to have to make some journals out of these. I think that's adorable. So, yeah. So I could use this page and like put something, you know, glue, like do a 3-dimensional thing. But then I hate to put a lot of flowers and things on the front of an album because if you want to write on it later, I think it makes it difficult. Then you got to find something to tuck under that page sometimes, or your pen will sometimes poke a hole in it or whatever. That's why I kind of like the way when I started seeing Lisa's fabric covers, I thought that's really cool because you're not going to poke a hole in it. And if you fall asleep, you're not going to be poking yourself with a hard, you know, piece of cardboard or something if you were writing, because I tend to, sometimes I write, you know, when I'm going to bed, I'll think of something, write it in my journal. So yeah. So that would be fun. Anyway, it's huge, isn't it? It's crazy big. So, and I think these will be fun. And these are huge. Like compared to a regular playing card, these are still big. And there's the king again, stabbing himself. Um, See, she looks a little, her face looks a little tiny bit happier than her face, I think. Anyway, compared to this, I thought these were big, right? But look, I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot of difference. And then I've got regular cards over here, but my cards. So there's your standard playing card, right? So you could technically put these inside there on top of it without covering up all the other parts and pieces, and they would look cute. Cute, I think. This is probably too big to kind of cover up the whole thing, but you could do that like on the cover if you had a particular number that you were fond of or something, you know. But that's and once you age the edges, I think if you ink up the edges, they look a lot cuter and more, just more funner. More fun, that's not, more funner. Oh, my grammar is atrocious. They look more funner. All right. All right, Mary. Thanks for stopping by. I'm about done. I'm going to end this video. I'm done with my little haul there, and I just wanted to kind of get this out there, show what I found, maybe give a hint of some upcoming projects that I'll be hopefully getting together in the next, well, probably after Thanksgiving. That's what I thought, because you know what? I've been really thinking about my sons, and I've been thinking about making my son a charm. And you know, I have all this cutesy, fun, girly stuff, and these pretty beads, and these, you know, rhinestone things, but I did not have anything to make a junk journal charm that was kind of, you know, something that my son would like. And I didn't have any sports stuff. He's a huge sports fan. My other son is a big cycling fan. I don't have any bicycle charms or anything. So, and they don't always make that stuff like they should. They should. And so when you go to look for a bicycle wheel charm, it's just not something that they have every day. So I'm kind of anxious to find some items to make them. I'm not calling it a journal charm for them just because I know they'll take it off the journal. I'm going to call it a key ring, and I'm going to just hook it onto something on the journal that they can hook off. Why am I can't talk today. That they can unhook and use it really as a key ring, which is why I want it to be more substantial than this little flimsy chain here. So that's why I bought those great big jump rings, and I am going to make it kind of heavy duty. And I'm using the split rings because I think the split rings are a lot less likely to come apart. So that's it for me. I'm going to end this, and I'm going to, one thing I did want to say, I forgot to say this about this paper. I don't know if I said this about this paper. There is no brad that goes through to the back of the paper, but I want to show you this just because I think this is so cool. And if you have a stamp of clock hands, which I think Tim Holtz put out a clock hand stamp, this would be really fun. Like, you could totally make this in your craft room. But let me take this. On this little vellum clock, on this, darn it, come out of here. Look at this. Boy, these are really in here good. On this little clock, this is a vellum piece of paper attached here. But can you see this? These hands are attached on a brad. Let me hold it closer. These hands are also stamped in vellum, and they're attached on a brad. So even though the brad is just glued to the paper, it doesn't go through the paper. Isn't that fun? And I thought that was pretty cool for 72 cents, but it's got these tickets on it, and it's got this this piece of lace, right? And this cloth, and it's got these roses that are not popped up, but you could stamp anything on these little pieces of paper. It's got the music paper layered on this, the rose trim. It's got more roses over here. So, and then it's got the muslin looking fabric down here with the cloth on top that's sewn. So I think that when you look at these pages, they're getting more creative. As we get busier and add more elements and more interest and more things to our pages, they're doing the same. These companies are trying to do the same thing, because not everybody has all these tools where they want to collect all of these items, but yet they want that same look. And I love that. I love that they're making these items for people like my mom. My mom could go buy one of these and make a spread with it, and she doesn't, she doesn't get around that well. This is by the Paper Studio. This is called Chantilly Lace 3D. It's normally $2.49, and this I found in the clearance section for 72 cents. So I totally think it was worth 72 cents. I think by the time you made it and just stamping out that clock and putting that clock together, it would cost you 72 cents just to do that. So I'm going to put this back in here so it's protected. I do have one of those paper scrapbook holders full of odd sheets like this that I have been collecting for our wedding album, along with the Bo Bunny stuff. So I think I should probably stop, because I'm going to have more album than pictures. I don't know, though. Thad has a huge family, so, and all my family, and oh my goodness, it's going to be crazy. So, but I am going to end this video. I'm all over the place. It's like so many random things I'm talking about in it. But at the beginning, I did show my thrift, the stuff I found at the thrift store. Then I talked about Hobby Lobby. Then back to, but I'm thrilled with the paper. I'm thrilled that Hobby Lobby refunded me so much money. I'm a big fan. I'm a bigger fan now than I've ever been, because the more I interact with Hobby Lobby, the more I love them. The more I talk to them, the more I contact customer service. Every interaction. You know what? I have to tell you something too. I'm going to get on my soapbox for a minute. The only real difference in a business, and we were talking about this recently, is, you have to have a good product at a good price or you're eliminated. Right now it's a consumer era market. Used to, I had to buy, if you were in a small town with a small store, your grocery store could charge you whatever they wanted. And you know what? It's still that way in Rockville. When I was in Rockville, they have one grocery store, the IGA, and prices are a little high. And to be perfectly honest, if I had to run to the store and pick up an item, it made it worth my while to pay a little extra. But for the most part, when I went and bought my groceries, because I worked in Terre Haute, I went to Kroger in Terre Haute and paid normal prices. Now, it's not that way anymore with the internet and the fact that you can get things from Amazon and eBay and Google, and you can literally just buy things through the mail. It has really made businesses look at their prices and be competitive. And in order to survive as a business in today's day and age, you have to have competitive prices and good quality products, or you're not going to be in business anymore. That's the bottom line. But I'll tell you what really sets businesses apart now. Right now, if you do have good prices and you do have quality items, the only thing that's going to give you a jump is your customer service. That's it. If I go into a store and people are not helpful and they're rude to me, I don't want to go back. I don't care how good their prices are, and I will probably avoid that store more often than not. The stores where the customer service people are kind and they take the time with me to talk to me, to fix my problem, to help me find an item, whatever, those are the stores I go back to again and again. That's why Chick-fil-A makes the money that they make. Every time I'm in there, their employees are super polite to me. Their store is so clean. Their bathrooms are so clean. Their employees so kind to me. And I went to Popeyes. You know the big Popeyes debate, Popeyes chicken sandwich versus Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. I finally got me a Popeyes chicken sandwich. And you know what? I may never go back to my Popeyes. And it's only a couple blocks from here. We are on a major road. We are on a major road. We are on the county line. And just a couple miles down the road is an intersection of two major roads that run through Indianapolis, and one, uh, or they don't both run through Indianapolis. I'm sorry. One is the county line, so that's the major line between the two counties where I live. I'm right on the county line. Very busy road, but also is Meridian, and Meridian runs all the way from North Indianapolis to South Indianapolis, right through the heart of downtown. It is a very, very busy road, and a lot of businesses are on Meridian. It's very heavy traffic area, a lot of fancy homes, just a lot of stuff. And do you know that, what was my point here? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So that Popeyes down the street from me is on Meridian in a metropolis, and they should be super busy. They should be packed to every minute of every day. Just maybe 200 yards down the street is Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A had to rebuild their store. I have a double Chick-fil-A, which means there are 2 lanes going into the drive-through. They have heaters for these kids to stand outside and take your order when you're about 8 cars back in either line. They have 2 little huts outside that are covered for they built an underpass like thing that when you go in, you're literally, it's like being in the bank, only longer. You're under a covered roof. For these kids to stand outside because it is so busy. They take your order, and they will even take your money. If you have cash, they will take your money. If you have a card, they'll zip it on their little handheld computer to make the line go faster. This is the busiest Chick-fil-A I've ever seen in my life. But you can literally go 200 yards north to the Popeyes, and there is no one in line for Popeyes. When we got there was no one in line. And I was like, oh, we're so lucky. I'm so excited. There's no one in the drive-thru. Let's go in the drive-thru. The woman was so rude to us in the drive-thru. She was so rude that I was convinced that I wanted to leave. And I finally told Dad, I said, just leave, just drive away. I don't want chicken anymore. I don't even want to taste it. I don't want to try it. I'm done. So what's the difference? What's the difference? You tell me. For me to be so excited and be like, oh, we're the first car. There's no one there. Let's go in the drive-thru. I'm so excited. I'm going to finally try the chicken sandwich. For me to get from that point in a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, to the point where I'm saying, drive away, Thad. Drive away. I don't want a chicken sandwich anymore. Just go. Let's go. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted by her tone and her behavior, and I couldn't even see her face. Like, I was literally so disgusted. I was like, I'm not going to be treated this way. And I said, what? And when we were pulling up, I said, what if they spit in our food? Like, I seriously don't even trust that this place has anyone half decent working in it, because I wanted to leave. I said, I got my sandwich plain for that reason. I wanted to check it out, look at it, be able to see it. And then we ordered Cajun fries, and I'm not kidding you when I say they gave us a little paper bag with maybe 10 fries in it, which is fine. I don't need any French fries for me. But Thad, who loves spices and was very excited to find out they had Cajun fries, he, on the other hand, um, was like, "What?" When he was like, he looked, I handed him to him, and he was like, "What?" I swear, it looked. You would think it was in a child's menu. It was so small. It was so small. So yeah, the only difference. So I constantly try to. I don't think companies care if you complain anymore. They don't care. As long as they're making money, I feel like they don't care. So what I try to do is when I get really good customer service, I try and put a review online, or I try and write a note online, or I try and contact the manager or make a phone call, because people are so quick to complain. When they're unhappy and you messed up their food, they'll go home and call you. They'll grab their receipt, give me their receipt, their phone number's on their receipt. Let me call them and tell them, oh, you messed up this, you messed up that. But I think that places that are doing a bad job, I don't think they even respond to that. They're like, whatever, lady, next, you know. Um, so I feel like if we try and reward the people who are doing the right thing more often, and avoid those places that are doing the wrong thing, because those places shut down, right? They just get closed down. And I guarantee you my Popeyes would be out of business in no time because of that. Because the only difference in a business is your how your customer feels when they enter and leave. When they are in your, if they feel like, even if they had fantastic customer service, their prices are kind of high. I'm not going to lie. But that chicken sandwich was delicious, and I would go back and buy them again and again. But I'm not planning on going back. I'm done. I'm done with them. I'm done with their rude little uh, lady in the drive-through. I'm done with their messy, greasy restaurant. I'm done with their dirtiness, and yeah, I don't want nothing from there, and it's too overpriced. But you know what? It's not any higher price than Chick-fil-A. But I'm going to pay that price for Chick-fil-A because with it comes quality and customer service. And I think that there's no, you can't put a you can't put a price on that. You really can't. Oh, well, I'm getting a phone call now, so I am going to end this live. But thank you for coming. Thanks for letting me get on my soapbox. And I'll be back soon. I don't know how soon, because we've got Thanksgiving coming up, and I've got a lot of things to do before I have a family holiday. So hopefully sometime this weekend. If not, maybe next weekend. Have a good day. Love you. Bye. Bye.